Abby and welcome back to today's video. Today we have a super cool video and I'm going to be getting some help from my little cousin here, Lily, to help me answer some questions that you may have about disability and are probably too afraid to ask. So you're going to be hearing Lily ask me the questions. Okay, Lily, ask away.
Abby doesn't actually know what these questions are yet. So
Yeah.
number one, we've got, what was it first like being told you were going to be in a wheelchair and what were your emotions?
I was never told that I was going to be in a wheelchair. Kind of just like it happened very quickly for me. So I was never in a wheelchair permanently until this year. Now I'm in a wheelchair permanently. When I was first told that being in a wheelchair would be like a good thing because of energy and pain, because of POTS and Ehlers-Danlos loss, it was really difficult for me because I was a really active kind of kid and something that was really shocking I didn't want to accept. When that happened, it was just all I wanted to do was fight it. But eventually I learned to embrace it and actually that I could do more with my life when I was in a wheelchair than I could when I wasn't. If I was going out with my family for the day, say like my last video I went to Thorpe Park, I could do way more being in a wheelchair at Thorpe Park than I could not be, and I wouldn't be in pain and I wouldn't be tired and I wouldn't be grumpy, because when you're in pain you'll get grumpy, it's a matter of fact. And so that was kind of the reason, the way I learned to accept it actually enhanced my life rather than making my life worse. Now I'm in a wheelchair all the time, it's the way it is, I can't change anything about it. I'm kind of glad that I had that slow introduction into it than it being just overnight, walking 20 miles to being in a wheelchair.
Okay, so determination for a new day-to-day routine and adapting to like your new day-to-day life.
Where do I get my determination from?
Yeah, like motivation.
Probably my mum. You guys haven't met my mum because she doesn't really want to be on camera. My mum never let me fester in my, like, wallow in my self-pity. She was always very much like, okay, this is like, obviously we all have bad days and I still have days that I'm really down, and the days that I'm not like that massively outweigh the days that I am like that now. But you can't have more bad days than good because you need to look at the better side of things. This is your life and it's not perfect in any sense of the imagination, and you can't do the things that you wanted to do. You go on a gap year backpacking like you wanted to do, but there are so much things you can do, and so you need to look into them rather than looking at the past and what could have been. You need to think of what will be.
What was your motivation to, like, obviously it's harder doing like your day-to-day things? What was like?
So I think it was finding routine. I think finding routine was really, really important. You know, with chronic illness and disability in general, and if you get in that routine, it becomes your normal. And so for me, it was finding out that like things like going to the gym really helps me with my mental health, with my physical health, with keeping my energy up. If I don't do things like that, I just sit at home, and then that just makes like life harder. So getting out and about and being active and getting on with. Then also I say bring routine in, but then I travel a lot and things like that. So it's how do I then transfer that routine? Sane is by having routine but also adjusting it to have that spontaneity that you can't really have with disability.
What is the best way to approach someone with a disability, like in public?
I think what you need to remember is that we're just human. Like with anyone, whether they're famous, whether they've got a disability, whatever, we are human. And in the same way that you would maybe hold the door open for someone if they were walking behind you, you should hold the door open for a person with a disability. And same way that I'm still a human, and so if I'm going through a door first, I will hold